how important do you think, Steve, it is for people to be very brutally honest about their abilities and limitations from a hard skill level, even from a soft skill level? Um, because I think that the more honest you are with yourself and the more you know about your abilities, the better you can make decisions in the moment about, like, for example, if you're in an active shooter situation and the guy is 50 yards away and there are, people running around screaming, whatever, like, just because you have a gun in that moment, you need to be very smart about the decisions you make and know your particular skill level and ability. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
You
something
have to
that's
know,
crossed my mind.
you do
And
have
I
to
think
know
Adam
your,
even made a video about that too.
you do have to know your capabilities, the extent of your capabilities.
Yeah.
There are people who train really well. I know guys who can make a 50-yard shot like that.
Mhm.
No
Mhm.
problem. Easy day.
Mhm. Yeah.
Because they train it all the time, and they're very, very good at it. And it's not something that they're reaching beyond the edge of their skills envelope. It's well within their capability. So if you do know that, it gives you the edge, so to speak, because you know how far you can go and what you're capable of. But
Right.
there's a lot of other mitigating circumstances that you need to the conditions at the time. I'll give you some examples. You're at a shopping mall, and there's a guy with a gun, like in your example, 50 yards away, and he's popping rounds into the crowd. You are standing right next to an exterior steel door with your family,
Mhm.
and it is less than 2 seconds for you to get yourself and your family outside that steel door and behind an exterior concrete wall.
Mhm.
Or use your skills to try and take the shot at whatever it is, 40 yards, whatever, something like that, well within your skill set. So which would you do?
Well, I think, isn't that something you need to think about in advance on whether or not you would just flee the situation for your own safety, or would you go after to defend other people's lives?
So this is a question we always work with. I train a lot of law enforcement. We do a lot of work with cop, and their responsibility is to their job and to their department and the agency and their community to
Mhm.
stop the threat. However,
Yeah.
you as a civilian, that's not your job. That's
Right.
not your
Right.
responsibility. What is
Mhm.
your highest priority is to keep yourself and your protectees alive and safe.
Mhm.
So if
Mhm.
that's your highest priority, and you have two options: a tactical response, which is to get you and you and your protectees off the X, or engage in a firefight standing right next to your protectees. Which of the two is
Right.
more
No, I
likely
think
to be
you should get them to safety first. Yeah, I think you should get them to safety first, but I guess then I don't know. Would you go back? I don't know. That depends
Well, my,
on the
my, my
person.
point is, and
Yeah,
that's
I get.
exactly the point, Laura. You have to know what is my responsibility.
Yeah.
That goes along with what are my capabilities. What
Mhm.
are you capable of? What is the edge of your skill envelope? You have
Mhm.
to establish what are my priorities, what is my responsibilities, what is my limitations. Once you know though the answers to those questions, that makes your tactical decisions much easier in a real world altercation.
Absolutely.